96 to 2003.
That's a third strike. How much time did they issue?
24 to life.
And they don't give you no good time, good behavior.
Do 85% of whatever they gave.
I feel like my life on the line. Jungle in these streets, speak your piece on the line. Hustle to increase, put it all on the line. House to spouse, family, freedom, walking yards on the line. Every day I wait for like my life on the line. Jungle in these streets, speak your piece on the line.
Since 2002, after my brother passed away, was killed, I just been in silence. And then I got lucky in all aspects of the game because, yes, I should have been doing life in prison. I should have been killed a long time ago. I got lucky with where I'm at now, because of Norm Steele. If Norm wouldn't have never made that call to me, I don't know what the fuck I'd be doing right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm raising my grandson. So everything I'm doing now is positive opposed to how I was living at first. So man, God, all I can say is God has been good to me. And I got a second chance. So, some of us not lucky like that. Some of us don't live to see our grandkids or have grandkids or kids.
Yeah.
So man, I'm blessed all the way around, brother.
You know what with that? Going, Junior?
Well, what I want to say is that you reaching out and being on Gangster Chronicles, you might not reach everybody individually at the same time, but you reach them in a mass of just where you came from because, you survived a lot of eras, man. You survived the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, and you still here to talk about it. And you survived one of the most, I guess you could say, put whatever title you want on death row. We're not going to get in all that, but you survived that too. And what you have seen, you could say, you know what? This is my story I'm telling.
Right.
And if somebody listening, they be like, man, I don't want to go through what he went through. But you always going to have those individuals who want to go through that to make a name for themselves.
Well, I would tell them they wouldn't want to do that because everybody ain't lucky. Like I said, you might not come. I've been shot 4 times. You might not make it the first time. So that's something you don't want to gamble on. Like I said, man, life is what was dished to me, man, and I accepted and created the majority of the things that happened to me in my life. And I accepted a lot of things. If I didn't do what I did back then I really wouldn't have a story right now to tell people and to reach out and tell these cats that, you don't want to have to go through what I went through, for this family shit, for this being in the hood, for this, just the betrayal, the whole nine, through the homies. I truly believed in what I stood for when I put on the red rag and put on the red hat. I believed in being the blood. They took life from me. It don't supposed to be like that. So I realized that, sitting back, what was my purpose of doing what I'm doing when my own people took something that was dear for me? So right then and there, I had to squash all of it. I had to let it go because now I'm playing with a double-edged sword. Now, why would I want to be a part of something that just took my brother's life? Now I'm a hypocrite if I go and kill the homies, something that I represented dear, and go out there and kill them motherfuckers because of my brother. So it makes me no better than the motherfucker that gunned him down. You feel me? So the only thing I can do is walk away and figure out how I'm gonna do what I'm doing or how I'm gonna get my message across. It took 20 years. And then here come Norm Steele. Now doing the Gangster Chronicles coming down, I can explain what's really going on with what's happening in our world today. Because I done been there, done all of that shit. I done seen it all. I done, wanted to kill my father. I didn't give a fuck at one point. So, a lot of cats, they want to do this and they feel like they they bona fide motherfuckers if they go to prison or yeah, I'm that nigga. Or that don't work like that no more. It's totally different. You know what I'm saying? Back in my days, 72 hours, you was back on the street on 4 hours. You know, if don't nobody come to court. Today, you gonna spend there 5, 6 years fighting the case.
Yeah.
It's totally fucking different. And what they giving you today is straight no tolerance. They not fucking with you. They not playing with you. They not doing none of that. So we have been lucky. I mean, very lucky. So Gangster Chronicles give me the opportunity, Doug, to really explain and really show these youngsters that we can take two roads. We don't have to take the road just because we live in the hood. We don't have to be gangbangers. We don't have to be that nigga, quote unquote. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be a gangster. You can go out there and do anything else besides this here. You know, so to me, it's just, you know, just explaining to them that a waste of life is a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
In your situation too, you know, after your brother's situation, and you say, you know what, I'm cool. You walked away. But
what I did was I had to realize all the bullshit and the grief that my mother got when my brother passed, the pain that I felt when my brother passed, I gave that to a whole lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
So, God damn it, now this is God's work. Now I had to. It took me a long time, but I've created a lot of pain. I dished out a lot of shit, and you know, one thing we got to stop doing is crying about the bullshit when it happens to us when we out there living that life. And for all the shit I've done, I should have been in prison for the rest of my motherfucking life.
Yeah.
You feel me? Yeah. And then a motherfucker get busted for some bullshit. Or I ain't been to jail since '88. I've been a good motherfucker. No, I got caught. I went to jail in '92. The goddamn when they had the Rodney King riot shit. I sat in there for 8 months. Me and a little homeboy on the case, and got out of that, and I ain't seen a county jail or substation nothing. I pay tickets now.
Oh yeah.
One time in my lifetime, but you know, getting tickets was they gave me opportunity to go to the county jail and go to the module and kick it with the homies for a couple of days.
Yeah,
you know
go check in.
Other than that, you know, it was. I just realized none of the BS was worth it. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much where I'm at right now today. You know, you don't fuck with me, I won't fuck with you, and we good. We'll live.
For sure. You used the word module. So for the listeners and the viewers, we're talking about in Los Angeles County jail system, the way they house you is house the county jail inmates are by modules. That's where you lay in your bunk at. So he used the word module, and he's referring to once upon a time, if I'm correct, 4,300. 4,300 was a module for the Bloods and the Pirus. They separated them. Then they had a module for 47 for the Crips. So if you was documented as a certified member, they were housed in those particular units. That's what he's talking about. So people that in different states and different countries, I just wanted you to understand the terminology he's using. I understand clearly what he's saying, but y'all don't understand that. So I just was trying to iterate the situation. But I remember we had our talks at the mansion and this and that and da. But I never see, but hear people talk about the earlier into the Los Angeles, I use the Los Angeles County gang culture, how it was to be a Piru of blood back then, and about being in the streets and being in the county. So about me being from Long Beach, and the city, our whole city is Keyways, and then Compton has Keyways and Damoos, well, Bloods and Crips. So I never seen none. Well, unless I went to Compton or we went to Wilmington, but we were doing more Compton than Wilmington. You know what I'm understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's a trip to now here we is, 30-some years, whatever, for some of us, to that we at this time here we are no longer active. Here we are to co-mingle and do a show together. Junior being where he from, where we grew up at, and we are here having a straight show like abiding citizens. Like we Dan Rathers and Ted Koppel and all that kind of stuff. We just from the streets, like we just regular street niggas.
Yep, we're ordinary African students.
Exactly.
Well, it's something we can't forget where we come from, our backgrounds or whatever, but it's called growing up. And we have grown up. We elevated from this adult adolescent bullshit, this kid shit, gangbanging and all of that shit. Now you see something different. It's called growing up. I'm a man now. I got responsibilities. I can't be on the same page. I'm 56 years old. What I look like running around here with a goddamn red rag in my pocket? You know what I'm saying? Or just being a gangbanger in general. But when I first started, man, I was proud to be, because anywhere the Bloods went, we stood out, because it was only a few of us and it was 100,000 Crips. You know what I'm saying? So I was proud to be a Blood. I was proud to be in the mix. I was, what I learned from my father and accepted from him, man, let's get in it. You know what I'm saying? Certain things you had to prove. You know what I'm saying? And to put a red rag on and put a P on your hat, it was automatically known where you was from. This motherfucker repping. So whether you was in LA or in Compton, they coming at you. Being in the county jail, it meant something. From that day till right now, motherfuckers recognize and remember, okay, he with it. Oh, he gonna fight you back. Not, oh, that's a bitch ass nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Not right.
I did what I did for certain titles, to be a certain person. Know that I was once upon a time with it, being what I was. You know what I'm saying? But then at the end of the day, growing up, you look at yourself and say, damn. But me personally, I was asked, would I take anything that I've done back in my life? No, I wouldn't take none of it back. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed being where I was from. I enjoyed all of that. But now it's time to change. I'm a grown ass man raising my grandkids. You know what I'm saying? 365 days a year, every day. So it's totally different now than it was back then. Being from there, and that's, to me, that's all I had at that time, being in the hood. You feel me? I didn't have to run to nothing. I walked right into where I wanted to be and was accepted for what I was. You know what I'm saying? All my anger, all my pain, the whole nine. And, some of the homies got it. Most other people got it, but it was something different. Something totally different from the 2000s. These cats don't have no respect. They not understanding what they doing. I watch 48 Hours. I see more motherfuckers cry in the county, in the police station, than you see when they get in the 30, 40 years. You know what I'm saying? And that's fucked up. That's crazy.
Yeah.
A lot of changes, man. A lot of changes. James, let me ask you this. I have a quick question.
Yeah.
Going through, like I said, you've been through a lot of generations and you didn't seen it all. Then come the 90s era, my era, whatever, what have you. But growing up, why is there still a lot of unforgiven history with the beef on the street?
Well, that comes with territory, bro. You don't just lose a nigga from Madrid, just moved out here and bam. You losing people that you grew up with, you losing cousins, family members, the whole nine. Some of that shit is too hard. You can't forget it. And what most of us, I said it earlier, what most of us don't understand, being in the hood or being from a certain clique You kill, they kill. We don't accept the fact when one of us get killed. But we party, we drink, and do everything when we kill. You feel me? So everybody got to understand it ain't no difference. We chose to do what we do. So let's accept what happens while we living in this world right here. If I'm a gang member, we got to start accepting the shit that happened. I'm in the car with my homie, he get popped. That's part of the game. What's the other part of the game? Let's take care of him and let's get back out of here tonight. Let's handle our business. Somebody gonna feel like we feel. So yeah, people don't understand. Well, these young men out here today don't understand that. And I don't think none of the OGs are really looking at it like that. We've all done it. We've all done hurt somebody. We all done made our mamas cry. You feel me?
Right.
To a certain age where we got to realize I'm done with that.
Yeah. You know what?
Do some other shit.
James, we got a question from one of the viewers. Go ahead, Control, run the question. How does Mob James define manhood? This is coming from LJ Phoenix.
How do I define manhood?
Yes.
Responsibility, man, accepting responsibility, living like, instead of existing in life, I'm living life now. I'm a man because I raised my kids. Now one of my boys been gang members. Even when I was a gang member, you know what I'm saying? They better not get caught with their pants down. My daughter was kind of rough. My daughter turned out to be like me and her mom.
Oh boy.
Yeah, my daughter, her mama is from Southside. 1 second. Nice, stop, go. Okay, go. And that's my grandson. And I've been raising my grandson for 3 years. Being a man don't mean I got to go out here and show that I'm a tough guy. I'm being a man by showing everybody that I can fix some of the shit that I did. You know what I'm saying? I'm taking responsibility of the things that I've done in life. You know what I'm saying? I destroyed a lot of shit, but I'm trying to help young cats right now today. And if I got to get in my car and go wherever I got to go, like Dallas, Texas, or wherever I got to go, I'm going to go help. Because I think it became a responsibility to me. If I wanted to fix myself, I say I got to be 100 with it. I got to be 100 with what I say to these young kids. I can't be all nigga on bloods and woo woo. I gotta wipe all that out of my life, my system, the whole nine. So just me being a man is being responsible, taking care of business. You know, this is the first time in my life where I pay bills. You know, I got my own house. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Bills, raising a kid. I ain't no county shit and none of that. So, man, I defy being a man is just standing up and doing what's right. You know what I'm saying?
James, we have another question from a viewer. Go ahead, Control. Same guy, LJ Phoenix. What food for thought could you give to a youngster to deter them from life and that he lived? That life that you live.
If you go into gangbanging thinking that gangbanging is going to be all peaches and cream and you can throw on your uniform and go out there and do your thing, there's other people to show you that it ain't peaches and cream. Somebody can knock your head off. Somebody can paralyze you. Somebody can send you to prison for the rest of your life. If that's not the life you really want or you really want to be a part of, then go the other way. Turn your head. Ain't nothing wrong with a motherfucking calling you a pussy. Man, I'll be a pussy, but I'm here today. Walk away from it. Live to fight another day. You know what I'm saying? Because this is some rough shit here. And if anybody that ever gangbang say it ain't rough and it ain't hard being you, they're a goddamn lie. I done seen a lot of cats fail at it. A lot of people fail. So that's where I'm at with the youngsters. You don't want to be a me. You don't want to be a me.
Exactly. You don't. What happened to us might not. Pretty much chance will not happen to that individual. We've been blessed men. That's one thing we all three of us.
Fambi, remember we was chopping it up at the 100th episode, and you and James was conversating, just sidebarring on some stuff, and it still stick to me that you mentioned a lot of dudes get put on the hood and don't even make it to represent. They get taken out,
Okay.
get 30 years in life, and nobody know who they are.
Yeah, I was saying in my course of doing time, and in the set, out the set, in back on the yard, I run across dudes. You see, they don't make it through the summer. Summer's 90 days, ladies and gentlemen. It's a quarter. That's 90 days. That's it. A lot of dudes get put on. There's a great amount of dudes that got put on they sets anywhere in the world, not just in my community, that I ran across. Like, who was you? Oh, I'm whoop to bam bam. Like, where you was at this day? You hear the month like I was to be over here whoop to whoop to whoop. You go, what you in jail for? Oh, okay, yeah. I remember when that happened. Damn, you been in this motherfucker like that? 27 years. You know what I'm saying? They don't even know who you is. But they took a fall. Don't remember your own face because your people get older, get fatter, get skinny, whatever. You grow up. They've been like 17, 18. They go up in there and they're 15, 20 some years later. They still claiming the set. Some of them are, some of them ain't. You know what I mean? Whatever. And you like, damn, you been up in this motherfucker all that time? They be like, yeah. They never even lived their life. And they went to jail for a crime they did in the nature for the turf that they represented there. So it's a trip to see that, man. It happens. You have them, they only make it through the summer, man. They catch the 2 or 3 licenses, 100 years or so on. So I got quite a few of them that was solid. You know what I mean? That they rode their beef and they took their medicine and they said decaying away.
That goes back to saying that when we out there, we try to prove ourselves. We want to be reputable. We want people to recognize who we is. I was totally different. Motherfuckers knew the name, but not the face. You don't have to put yourself out there like that. A lot of cats want to put themselves out there because you get a certain feeling when the homies recognize you a gunner, when the homies recognize you got hands, and you not knowing at the time, you just feeding off of it. And as a youngster, I fed off certain things I did. I fed off. I got a kick out of that pistol in my hand. Being a part of what I love. You feel me?
Right.
So we don't get it until we get caught. We don't get it until we understand what the fuck we did. You know what I'm saying? And when we start getting that 40, 50 to life and niggas sitting in jail, now you forgotten. You just a nobody now. And that's when it sinks in to you. You don't have to wait till that happens for it to sink in. Oh, what I've learned is all we doing is killing each other for no reason. And me living like that, and then now here I am talking to Fambi, a Crip, with the business. If 30 years ago, 30 years in the past, we'll be at it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be sitting right next to MC8 every day, every week, once a week. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't talk to a bop. I wouldn't talk to my nigga Duck from 5'9". You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of cats that I fuck with now, and they good motherfuckers. They good motherfuckers. That I get out the bed, I get off some pussy, and nigga, I'm there. You know what I'm saying? Because I know they the same motherfucking way with me. It's just now. It ain't my blood homies. It's Crip dudes. It's Crips that I fuck with. But I was lucky enough to have people from where my aunties and them live to meet a lot of Crip cats like the Kitchen Crips. I grew up over there on 81st. That's where my granddaddy was at. And fucking with those dudes. And I had a best friend named Runt from Kitchen. My nigga, Ride or Die, Still Bill, was my Ride or Die, my partner over there. You know what I'm saying? So, I know what it's like, but we all from different sides. You do what you got to do. I got to do what I got to do. But I'll never cross that line.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you know, the homies used to trip. We had a guy from Kitchen. His name Mario. Love him to death. Rest in peace. And he got shot like 18 times, I believe. And I took a few of the homies to Martin Luther King Hospital, and we all gave blood. You know what I'm saying? And you know, if you feel that way toward family, what am I beefing and killing, you know, for? I didn't have a purpose. I just did it because I was told that that's what it was all about. Protecting the hood. Now, how am I protecting the hood if I step outside of my motherfucking hood and go to LA and commit a motherfucking murder? I ain't protecting my hood. I'm just doing what's natural. I'm just on some dumb shit. So, but it took me a long time to realize that all of that was a waste of time.
Yeah, that's a very solid statement there, because even in my youth, running up and down Rosecrans, and you know, I didn't run into a bunch of Crips until I got to the pen. We see, when we see Crips here and there, it's like one set. Okay, these are the so-and-sos. Okay, we ain't going over there. But when you get to the pen, it's hundreds of them. And then you know they in their group talking their slang, cuz, and your ears are ringing and shit like that. But after a while, these become your friends. Y'all play basketball together. Y'all play bait. Y'all break bread, and you know y'all. And then the funny part about it is y'all know some of the same people.
Every day on the line. Every day on the line. Every day digital soapbox. Every day on the line. I remember every day on the line. Well, every day.